Yo, this is your first time here, welcome. Been here before, welcome back. Today I'm going to be running over a little bit of detail and a kind of smallish review on the Roccat Burst Pro, newest mouse from Roccat. Before I get into it, don't forget to click that subscribe button, click a like, leave a comment. Super close to 500 now. Press the subscribe button, helps me a lot. If you do enjoy tech review content, amongst a whole host of other stuff. I'll not waste any time, let's get to it. So, gaming mouse. I've been using a Razer Naga for quite a long time, and it's alright. I usually play with controller, but now I've started playing a lot of Valheim, and I've been playing with the Razer Naga. Don't know what version of it is, but it's an outdated one, it's quite old. And so, from a friend of mine, I got a lend of the Aerox mouse, and basically when I tried to do a review on it, it was pretty underwhelming. I mean, you've seen a lot of these new mice that have the hollowed away shell, like the honeycomb type effect, to make them super light. And when I made the video on it, I didn't even end up posting it, because basically all I said was, it's light, it's really light, it's so light, wow it's light, wow this thing's light. And I had nothing else to say on it, it was really underwhelming. So when I didn't end up posting it, I then decided that I was going to have a look for something that was similar in weight, because I did quite like the weight, but just looked a bit better and had what I think are personally better features. So I did a video on the Roccat ELO 7.1 headset that I'll link up here or here, wherever it goes. Did that a little bit while ago, and I really like the Roccat gear. I like the app that they use, the Roccat Swarm. I like the lights, I think it's built really well. So when I saw this come up, I was like, well, I'll have to give it a go. So this is kind of like the honeycomb design, but it's a little bit different in that it's got a kind of shield, if you like, over the honeycomb part, so it's not quite as exposed, so you kind of feel it under your hand. The lighting looks nice, it's got a really nice cable in that. Just want to point out that I'm not sponsored, I'm not making any money off of this review as usual. It's just me buying the gear myself and telling you what I think of it. So on Amazon it currently retails for, let me check. So it currently retails for 50 quid. I'll leave a link to it in the description if you do feel like buying it. But there's a white and there's a black version. So I went with the black one, obviously, because it goes with the rest of the setup. I'll give you some of the details off the box as to what it has on it and stuff, but really, that stuff doesn't only mean something if the mouse is actually pretty decent. So on the box it says it gives you performance with the most flexible cable, world first heat-treated PTFE mouse feet trained for instantly smooth gameplay, optical speed, it's fast, it's got a really nice mouse click. Now, interestingly, although you would never think it now that I've used both of them, this is 1 gram lighter than the Aerox. So this comes in at 68 grams, and the Aerox comes in at 69 grams, correct? Let me check myself here. Yeah, 68 grams, and the Aerox is 69. 100 million click life cycle, 16.8 million color RGBA lighting, 16,000 DPI sensor, which when folks say that I always find it ludicrous, because who is using 16,000? I have it at 400 and I'm firing about the fucking place like a nutcase. Anyway, enough with the box. So the mouse, for me, as you might have seen in some other videos or in here, RGB is one of my biggest things. It's one of my biggest tells. I like everything to be able to light up the way I want it. So this, it gives you independent use of the little part underneath the shell and the scroll wheel. You can change the colors of these to match whatever you want. They have breathing effects, lighting effects. The app's super intuitive. It works very well. So tick on the RGB front. The colors are amazing. The way that it shines through on that little bit of cover is just a lot nicer, in my opinion, than the Aerox. And it still gives you that honeycomb lightness. Honeycomb lightness, I'm going with that. However, it is covered and it just creates much more of a glow from the mouse. The lights are super bright and it gives you this kind of shadow underneath the honeycomb, which is just one of the nicest effects, and it just looks sweet in your setup. As far as weight goes, so light. You're never gonna get any type of strain using this for any length of time. It's really nice. It takes maybe, I don't know, a couple of hours to get used to if you're used to a slightly heavier mouse, because it is mega light, but it's really nice and fast and swishy. I still won't play Warzone keyboard and mouse because I just prefer playing with controller. But for things that I've been playing lately like Valheim, you can sit for hours and hours and you'll never feel anything. It's fast, responsive, however you want it. I played a little bit of Warzone with it just to get an idea and some multiplayer, and it's bang on. It's very precise and bang on. So it's got a couple of features. The feet on the bottom are super smooth. It did come with another set of PTFE feet that I've not swapped out. I've not even tried them. I just like the ones that are on there, so I'm going to use them. But yeah, you'll see it as it floats around. It is very fast. It's fast moving on the mouse mat that I've got. The next thing is the cable. It barely feels like there's a cable attached to it. There isn't a wireless option for this one, so if you are used to a wireless mouse and that's what you want, you won't get it from this. But to be honest, even if you use a bungee or don't use a bungee, doesn't make a difference. This thing's basically like felt and it weighs next to nothing. You can barely realize that you've got a cable there at all. One of its cool features, it's got 2 programmable buttons on the left hand side, which you can set to whatever you want. Menu's very intuitive. You can also set any of the other buttons or the scroll wheel stuff in the Swarm app. to be whatever programmable button that you want. You can set that for macros, make it do whatever you want to do. So for productivity and gaming, it's a bang on choice for that as well. One of the coolest things I do like about this is that depending on the game that I'm playing, or depending on what I'm doing in Photoshop, in Lightroom, in Premiere, the little DPI button on the top, when you click it, will swap through 5 different sets of DPI. So you can go into the app, you can change the DPI for these settings, and you just cycle through them on the fly. So if I'm playing something that requires a little bit quicker mouse, I'll have it at one of the second settings, and you can have as many of these as you want to have it from a really, really fast mouse to something that's really slow and responsive if you're playing something a little bit different that requires that in it. One of my favorite things about this, and I made a reference to things that click in this video here that I did about the GK61 keyboard. This has a very unique click on the mouse. But in fact, I call it a click, but it's more of a clack. I'll let you have a little listen to it. But it makes a very appealing sound. I don't know what that is about. It's just nice compared to any other mouse. Here's the other one. Here's my Razer mouse for comparison, and then I'll do the two next to each other. So it's just got a kind of beefy sound about it, and it just, you know when you've clicked, and double clicks are easy. But all in all, having used the Razer mouse for a long time, now used the Aerox for a little bit of gaming and had a look, I would say that currently, subjectively, this, if you like RGB, this is your best bang for buck mouse for gaming and productivity just now. I know people say that if you want more buttons on the side, more programmable buttons, something like this isn't for you, but if you only need a couple like me, then I think this is a solid choice. It's mega, mega light. It's affordable, the RGB is beautiful, the cable's quality, it slides about, the nice DPI button. I genuinely have nothing bad to say about this mouse. And if you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know coming from me, that's difficult to say. I have nothing bad to say about it. I'll leave a link in the description if you do want to buy it through that affiliate link that I've got. Up to you, I don't really mind. But leave in the comments below if you think there's a mouse that's better, you'd like to see me review something else, know my thoughts on anything, just give me a shout. But yeah, that's my kind of run through and review of the Roccat Burst Pro. Don't forget to click that sub button, like, leave a comment, let me know what you think. But until then, I'll see you in the next video.